Hello ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, my name is Brad. This is my channel Adamant Orange, and today in this review we're going to talk about one of the My Little Pony models from Metal Earth. And these, they're not listed as Legends models, although they kind of feel like it because of some of the Legends models that they've come out here recently. This is a smaller, simpler model, but it's also somewhat related to some of the smaller Disney models. It's a bit confusing. But this is a fun little build. And maybe you're thinking, what are you doing building My Little Pony? Well, why not? It's actually a fun little build. My son is into My Little Pony, so yes, he is a brony. And this is kind of made for him. And there may be more in the future, but it's something even before that occurrence that I've been wanting to do, just to dip my hand into it and give it a shot and make a video for others. So today, somewhat briefly, we will talk about this little model here, and it was a fun build. Now, it's similar to the Stitch model from Disney that I did. It's just one small sheet of instructions. It doesn't even have the layout of the parts. The parts are actually all numbered on the sheets. It just has a simple flow chart of different sections coming together in different pieces and a couple of notes about, put this on before you put that. Really not hard to follow, not hard to figure out, but there is a lot of time spent shaping the curves of the legs and the body, which really is not hard. It's actually kind of fun. I really enjoyed it, more so than I would have thought, because it's simple bends. They're not that hard to do, not that much skill to do it. Just follow the lines of the edge that you're trying to shape, and I've had fun with it. Very simple and easy and fun build to do. A different kind of challenge, very different from some of the boxy builds that I've done lately. There's a little bit of a boxiness to it, but flared out and some curves. I will say, as far as difficulty is concerned, one of the things that I messed up, this hat here on this particular model, and I don't know, you probably can't see it on the camera. This is part 7. You can see it under the brim. I initially misunderstood and put this part so that this colored side, which you can see from here, was under here. It was flipped over, and I thought, because you're going to look at it from the front, you don't want to see that big bit of silver, you want to see the color. So I initially put that together wrong, put the brim and the top piece on wrong. The hair actually attaches to the hat, and it all attaches to the pony's head. And then when I got to put in this little side ponytail type piece, the holes were over here, and it just wasn't going to work that way. And that's when I figured out, oh, I've done that wrong. So I spent about 12 minutes taking this top back apart very carefully, and most of the tabs are folded with a few underneath that are twisted, but I didn't twist them too hard because it's not a lot to support. Sometimes there is such a thing as over twisting, but I was able to get it apart, spend about 12 minutes taking it apart and putting it back together so that this piece was correct and this hair piece would go in properly. And then when I put this hair extension ponytail on the side, there's 2 tabs, and they didn't want to both go in at the same time. So this back piece actually kind of folds out, got that piece in, twisted it, and then fished the other piece, the other tab into place and twisted that, and there you go. But shaping the curves on this tail, the curves on this tail, the back side, the curves on some of the legs, this was a little bit complex, getting this sort of tied up piece right here. That was a fun challenge, and it was different and it was enjoyable, and I enjoyed putting this together. Because of the way the legs come together, they're a little bit flimsy at first. I did use very frequently that trick where you lightly twist a few tabs to hold parts together, and then once more things are together and the structure is more stable, go back, untwist those lightly twisted tabs, fold them down for a neater look, because many of the tabs on this model are folded. There are a few twisted ones, like underneath the hat, the pieces that hold the hat and this hair, these pieces of hair on. Those are twisted, but you don't see them. But most of this, a lot of the outside pieces are folded, and I can see talking right now, there's one I forgot to go back and untwist and fold over. But that's one of the tricks to put this together. I did use a few tools to form some of the curves, some of the 3D printed tools that I have. I did use to kind of make a couple of the curves, but that was just an initial shaping. A lot of the shaping I did by hand and with small pliers to just kind of bend a little, slide down, bend a little, slide down, bend a little, and that's how I put most of this together. and mainly just tweezers to fold and twist and bend over the tabs. There really wasn't any other tools involved. Nothing complex. No big pliers. Nothing much to it. Overall, it took me just over an hour. I think it was like 68 minutes to put that together. Now, if you take away the 12 minutes I wasted by putting that one part on wrong and having to fix it, it really took just under an hour to put together, which a little bit longer than the similarly easy Legends models, like all of the superheroes, the DC and the Marvel models that I've recently done. It's a little bit longer than that, but it was easier because you didn't have the complicated part. Those legs on those Legends models can be a bit tricky to get together, especially the older style. This was just a lot of fun hand shaping, careful shaping, and bending some of the leg parts and body parts into place, and I just really enjoyed it more than I expected. So I don't regret doing this build at all. Not to say that I would, but a grown man doing a My Little Pony model, just, I don't know, in my mind seems like an odd choice. I actually look forward to doing more of them, and I intend to. I intend on building more of those. That was a relaxing and fun little build. If you're into My Little Pony, if you know somebody that's into My Little Pony and you want a relaxing little build, pick up one of the My Little Pony models. That was pretty cool. I'll leave it at that. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy these videos, consider becoming a Patreon supporter. There'll be a link in the description down below and at the very end of this video here in a second. A little bit goes a long way, and thank you to my Patreon supporters for supporting me and giving me the freedom to make these review and build videos and weekly news videos. Thank you very much for your support. As always, thank you for watching, and keep on keeping on.